I remember it was this cat I was in the military with. He was from Baltimore. He was like, man, I know everybody laughing at Cisco. He was like, Cisco was one of the hardest niggas in the neighborhood. I'm like, bro.
I'm sorry. Look, you can be one of the hardest niggas in there, but that's all fine and dandy. But you still catching jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like you go catch some jokes. I don't care how gangster you is. It's just some jokes you go catch. You know what I'm saying? And
I was never able to verify that story or not. Now, has there been people telling stories about Cisco? Because I was very shocked about Stanley Burrell when I first heard about his story.
You were shocked about Stanley? I wasn't necessarily shocked. I didn't know nothing about it neither, but it wasn't like I was like, because I seen MC Hammer and I had to remember this nigga was wearing suspenders with no shirt on and some glitter pants on.
He definitely was.
So you know what? It's probably some credence to that story, because in my brain when I found out, I was like, yeah, you gotta be a not guilty ass nigga to wear some damn suspenders and glitter pants and spin around real fast. And keep your name MC Hammer in the 90s when gangster rap was on. He didn't even take the MC off until 93. It was way too late by then. But even then his name was I know he got his nickname from the baseball squad and shit, but still though. It just let me know that his levels are not give a so and dude, speaking of that, it was a story on Jermaine Dupri was on the Tank podcast with this one cat, and he told a story about how the remix to Sleeping in My Bed happened, right? And so Cisco might be that nigga like that, because he said they flew down, all of Drew Hill flew down to Atlanta to do the remix. And when Jermaine Dupri had got to the studio, Cisco walked in. And Jermaine Dupri said when he did remixes, everybody had to sing the song over. He just didn't take the old tracks and build no remixes on that shit. And he said Cisco came in. He was like, yeah, where the rest of the group? He was like, yeah, we don't need them niggas. That's I promise. He said that verbatim, nigga. He was like, well, I thought y'all was a group. He was like, no, I got it. And the whole Sleeping on My Bed. And when you go back and listen to it, all you hear is stacked Cisco vocals. Them niggas just showed up for the video. Bro, this the interview. This the video right here.
Because I'm replaying that song in my head. I'm like, damn, it was only Cisco shit in there.
Check this out. Hold up.
That's wild.
Wait, Jermaine Dupri, R&B Money Podcast. This is it right here. Hold on. I'm about to show it to you, because I think they got it bookmarked. They actually got a bookmark here. The Brat, Usher, Mariah, Money Ain't a Thing, Jagged Edge, Escape. Let's see. Bandwidth, Money Ain't a Thing, Jagged Edge. Remix. I think it was in this one. Hold on.
I'm like, ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. Okay, give me a play beat.
So I'm like, okay, it wasn't like
a wedding. The wedding reception song.
By the way, it's not a pretty picture for me. Because in the midst of this, Hiram Hicks calls me and said, I got this new group. And I'm like, cool. I'm not thinking about the group being competition to Jagged Edge, but whatever. I'm just trying to do projects. He's like, I need you to do a remix. I'm like, what? He's like, this group, Drew Hill, they got this song called Sleeping in My Bed. The song number 1, but we need the up-tempo remix. And I'm like, oh, we need something to keep, give us some.
Now I'm pausing this stuff just in case they do the copyright strike stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Interruptions. We not stealing the content. Let's continue.
More legs. Mix show type of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. All right. I start going back to do what I do. I start messing with the turntables. I find a beat. I'm like, yeah, you need to fly them to Atlanta and I'm gonna have them re-sing it. And they flew. They all flew to Atlanta, but the only person came to the studio was Cisco.
Interesting.
So Cisco come to the studio, and I'm like, where the rest of the group at? He's like, I don't need them. Play the beat.
That was the comment. Wow. Okay, give me a play beat.
So I'm like, okay, it wasn't like a diss.
I'm David Ruffin.
It wasn't like a diss, but it was just like, I got it.
Yes.
I got it, right? So I said, all right, we're going to do it to this beat. And I start playing the boom, boom, doom, 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 doom. He's like, ooh. And I said, you got to make the lyrics go to this beat. And it took a minute, and then he starts singing. Somebody sleep in there,
Yeah, so the whole point of that is that nigga said fuck the rest. He said Nokia. We don't need that nigga.
I forgot Nokia was in the group back then.
Yeah.
Nokia was. I don't even remember.
I do not know the other two niggas' names and shit, nigga.
Everybody only knew Cisco.
I do not know the other two niggas' name. And it's crazy because I knew all the niggas in Jodeci name, even the two niggas that didn't sing a lot. Mr. David and Devontae Swing, because they would say their names in the rec. KC and JoJo would make sure that they would, Devontae Swing. They would put their name, but then nobody give a about them niggas. And really, to be honest, dude, let's be real. When it came to R&B male groups or female groups, let's be real. Let's be real. When it came to, now I remember when Destiny Child first came out, Kelly Rowland had parts and like she was singing on Bills or one of them songs or whatever. But for the most part, when it came to them groups, only one person did all the singing. Like Immature, the Marcus Hughes. I ain't never heard. I served that the Pat Child nigga rapped like 2 times and shit. Maybe on a couple of remixes.
I will never lie. Video. That was it.
That nigga didn't say shit. Them other 2 niggas, the drummer nigga didn't say shit and not never lied. And they just popped up on remixes and all these male groups. Now Jagged Edge. Even with Jagged Edge, it was mainly the 2 brothers did all the singing.
Yeah, so while you were talking, I was sitting here like Drew Hill members, Core Cisco, like you said, Nokia. I remember that cat just for some reason. Then the other dude, Larry Jazz Anthony. I know that cat name. And then
which one was that?
He was a bigger dude, the little short big dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't know that nigga.
And then the other cat name was Smokey Digalar.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
No wonder we didn't hear their names. It was horrible names and shit.
Because the Nokia dude is Nokia the entity.
Now I got a question. Who do you remember everybody's name in Boys to Men? I just know one Ye.
Slim.
Slim, nigga, that's 112.
I thought the dude from I thought that dude name was Slim, the tall dude, not with the deep voice. I thought his name was Slim.
That might be his name, because guess what? All I know is one Ye. I don't know them other 2 niggas now. I know the nigga all I know is by their description. The dark skinned nigga, the foot face dark skinned nigga, and then the other chubby nigga with glasses. The only nigga name I knew was one Ye. And the only reason I know his name because he was with Brandy. Allegedly, it might have been Drake-ish at the time, but allegedly. And that's the only reason I really, and really because, that's the only reason I remember that nigga name.
And I was definitely incorrect about nobody in that group was named Slim.
And guess what? Guess what? I only know Slim name from 112 because I think Mason somebody said his name, but I don't remember the other niggas' names in 112. I only be knowing the lead singers' names in any of these groups, and I always look at these groups like, why the are y'all there? What is y'all's purpose? Because I don't know what y'all voices sound like.
Damn.
Like, what? I don't understand the purpose of these groups. Like, back in the day, like Troop and Shy, them niggas would, like, the music would go down, they harmonizing, it's different.
Yeah.
Even Boys to Men, they did the harmonizing shit too, and all 3 of them dudes, all of them would sing and the deep voice nigga just be like, yeah, why you leave me yesterday at the park, girl? You know I didn't have no bus pass. That type of shit, you know what I'm saying? But other than them early 90 groups, all the mid 90s, it was just niggas dancing. And same thing with R. Kelly and technically it was kind of, he ended up being a public enemy, and they needed to make a public announcement about that nigga. But even them, public announcement didn't do I don't even think they said vibe in the first song. That was all R. Kelly. Think of vibe. Vibe. That was all R. Kelly. I didn't hear them other niggas.
Man, I'm still one of the coldest beats. Cause I know hella producers. One of the coldest beats I ever received in my life was a sample from Vibes. I like, bro, I cannot use this. Cause I got that beat like 3 years ago. I like, bro, I can't use this beat, man. I got hella dope song written to that shit and can't even use it.
Nigga, like anybody handing somebody an R. Kelly sample in this day and age is setting somebody up for failure. Like, I'm like, nigga, what are you trying to do, nigga? Like, I'm trying to do business out here. What is you trying to do? Look, bro, you waited too long. You should have dropped that back in '97 when you still had a chance. Sample vibe. You better get the hell out of here. But yeah, same thing. And now I'm trying to think of the girl groups. Cause I love
702. I don't know their name.
Oh no, I know 702. Irish, Misha, and I can't. It's Misha and Irish because they sisters, and Irish was my wife back in the day. Like, we was legit married. Speaking of Never Lie video, she was the girl in the I'll Never Lie video.
Word.
Irish was, yeah. Mika, I think it's Mika, cause the Mika is married to Music Soul Child.
Oh wow!
The dark skin one, and she the one that did the main vocals. Now Misha was supposed to do the main vocals. She was initially like the lead singer, but we gotta be honest, Mika was smoking her on every song. And Irish was basically the non-deep voice person in the group, where she'd be like, "Yeah, why you leave me in the park the other day? You know I ain't had no bus pass." And she would do the talking parts and shit. She had one song she sung on. She sung on No Doubt, and then she sung lead on some on their second album. I'm a 702 head though. And R.I.P. Irish too. She passed 2023, I believe. So, or last year. Yeah. So R.I.P. to Irish. And her sister Orish passed like in 2008 or something like that.
Damn.
Her twin sister. And then after Irish passed, they Pops passed. Then did the mama pass? I ain't sure, but I know the Pops passed right after this. So
somebody kept trying to sacrifice somebody for the.
Well, I mean, I love 702. It's gonna be no 702 jokes around here, buddy. This is one of the few. this is one of the few groups I respect on a whole nother level and stuff. I can't.
Somebody used them. So they're like, we keep sacrificing motherfuckers, and we have not. They have not blown up. Somebody used.
Hey, that's happening right now. It's somebody right now in their fourth body. It's like, come on, man. Why is it not working? Nana, wake up. I'm sorry, Nana. Shout out to the people that didn't sacrifice nobody for their career. Shout out to y'all. Let me see. But I'm trying to think. Most groups like us, SWV. Now the only song I think that cause Coco and is one. I think I know their names. It's Coco. One name something. And I had a crush on her. That's the only reason I kind of remember her name back then. Which me get in trouble for talking about crushes I had when I was 14 years old. Never mind, I ain't have no crush on that woman. Let me see. I'm talking about folks that be like, Supin's an abusive relationship. Lamisha, something. It's something like that. And I'm not Googling it because I know it's in my head somewhere. And then the third one. But the third one, I seen her do lead. She did a lead. I think she was on she did on Use Your Heart. I believe she had a lead vocal on that, and with Coco. So I heard her voice. I ain't never hear the L one or whatever. I think she was just there to be cute. Then Total. Now, only two of the girls in Total sang. Total was probably the worst girl singing group that had the biggest jams, but Pam could kind of sing, but that other one that was like struggle singing, like she looked struggling too. You know who I'm talking about too? She'd be like, "Can't you see?" She'd be like, her face was always like it was pain to try to get the vocals out. Let me see.
There used to be some heat back then. Maybe there used to be some dope ass songs back then.
I ain't gonna lie, Total had nothing but heat rock tracks, like heat rock tracks. Like, hold on, let me show you the one. Let me show you the one that always looked like it was a struggle. Her right here, she always looked like it was just not. Hold on, let me see. She always looked like it was not really, easy for the vocals to come out.
You can't even tell who that is right there. Like, they got their face all covered the whole video.
Because they was like, yo, the vocals are scaring folks off. We don't want people to be afraid of you when you come to the thing. But it sounded good though. But if anybody that's saying, "Oh, you tripping," go try to find an acapella of this song and then come back to them.
You ever heard Aaliyah sing acapella?
All right. Okay. Hold on now. All right. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. Hold on. Now, because hold on. Now, I have heard instances that were not complimentary, but I have heard her actually. Matter of fact, I'm about to show you something. Check this out, and you probably didn't even know this existed. All right, because I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying.
Because I heard that.
But I did hear some. What's the word I'm looking for? I did hear redemption. I have heard redemption. So check this out. Hold on, real quick. It's AALIYAH. That's the only way. That's the only way I can spell her name. I'm so glad they put that track on that album. Where it's AALIYAH. Shout out to Missy for making sure Aaliyah's name didn't get spelled wrong, because I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I think it was Aaliyah and Da Brat, and they was on Teen Summit. Let's see if this was it. All right. So check this out. Now, you know what? You might be 100% right, because I forgot. It's a part of this song where I think they did not even let her sing. I think they cut her off. Hold on, we better listen to it. Hold on.
Come on. From side to side.
Yeah.
If you ever see me rock, then you know that
All right. You might be. This might not have been the redemption I thought, because anybody who know this song, she had a solo part where it'd be like, ooh, something tells me you gotta go.
Yeah.
Watch what they do when she try to do that shit.
the things I do, slag on you, breaking down mic to destroy your groove. Just throw your hands in the sky, and wave them from side to side. If you're ready to rock with Chris Cross tonight, somebody say, alright. Feel that.
Yeah, they said throw your hands in. I'm talking about the whole clique too. It wasn't like it was a background shit. They literally hid her vocal. That's what you say when ain't no singing and shit going on. She might as well not been there.
Bruh. Yeah, that acapella, we ain't gonna bring it up over here though. We ain't gonna bring that acapella up over here, but that was.
Wait, Jet. Wait, hold on. Somebody said, Jazzy said, "Let her rest in peace." First off, y'all saw what I did. I tried to stop it, but Briss continued, and I ain't go front. We can't run from the truth over here at the struggle stream. But hey, on some real shit though, on some serious shit. I think I done heard her sing like acapella was straight. She sounded decent right there. I ain't go for it. I don't know why them niggas ran over her vocals and like that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I felt I was kind of upset for her. I wondered if because they couldn't have rehearsed it like that. It's no way that they couldn't.
I pull up the Aaliyah acapella singing video.
I can't.
We'll be talking about that today.
Is it multiple or is just one?
Well, I always see, if I look at that, if you Google Aaliyah acapella, that's gonna come up. And I was like, my goodness. If
it's multiple, I can see. If it's just one bad instance, cause she can say she wasn't no damn J-Lo. J-Lo is horrific. Aaliyah was a grade A note carrier. No. And let's be real. It's a bunch. You know who else a grade A note carrier?
Who?
Maya. She ain't no singer. She ain't no.
Second, sir.
Maya ain't no singer.
We can't just be talking.
Let me go. Since we keeping it real right now on the R&B chicks. Let me tell y'all who was certified note carriers. Okay, Ashanti, Maya. It's only a few singers. Like Monica can sing. Brandy got a real unique voice. Like Brandy can do all sorts of gymnastics and shit. So Brandy, Monica, they singers. They can sing. But the rest of them, Beyonce can sing. She can sing. Everybody else is they note carriers. And unfortunately, the cuter, the more note carrier they are. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. Oh, Fantasia, she can sing.
Oh, she can sing.
She can super sing.
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson can super sing. Who else? But when it comes to, I'm talking about the little pop, the little pop act R&B chicks. They all note carriers. They got a little bag and they put their note in it and they tote it around on the stage. Like, look at me, I'm carrying this note. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But you want to know my favorite note carrier though, of all time? Cause she couldn't sing, but she made everything sound good. T-Boz.
Yeah.
Everything T-Boz did sounded great, but it wasn't like she was no vocal, gymnastics or nothing like that. She just had a key that was hers. Like T-Boz got her. Yeah, like T-Boz is like she got and Chili could sing, and back then not sing, but she was above note carrying. You don't think Chili was above note carrying? She wasn't no singer.
I don't even remember Chili singing nothing.
On what's that song?
And I ain't even talking stuff. I'm just saying like
Red Light
no
Special.
memorable.
If you want it,
okay.
I got time. She did good on that shit.
She definitely carried note.
Let's see. Escape. Tamika. Is it Tamika? Do I remember the name Candy?
Candy, I remember Candy.
But the real singer Tasha could sing super crazy. That was the heavy set one. Remember Understanding What I Need from You? Man, they could sing. Jermaine Dupri in that same interview. You know what he said in the interview?
What?
He said when Biggie said on that line, he said I had dreams of fucking an R&B bitch or something like that, and then he said I would do something else before I would fuck them ugly escape looking bitches, and he said that when Biggie said that it almost fucked up their whole situation. He said that's why they started dressing pretty after the first album, because in the first album he had them in Dickie suits, and he said Biggie said that line and almost up everything. He had to hurry up and prissy him up and make him look pretty. And I'll be honest, I was like, Biggie, you yourself said you was black and ugly as ever. However,
but I'm gonna say dudes can be like where the industry is. Dudes can be messed up looking. It'd be the women that be playing that have to look pretty.
Look, and this is where my bias come in. I get you can be but that eye, I couldn't look Biggie in the eye. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying anybody ugly when you looking that way, and also you looking at the ugly people at the same time you looking at the cute people. He couldn't even tell who you was cute or not, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. He didn't have a clear he didn't look at Escape to be able to say they was ugly. Cause he saw, instead of 4 girls, he saw 8. I don't know how cockeyed works. But I would appear that you seeing double or something like that.
Diddy had called dibs on Biggie. Nobody was Diddy was like dibs on Biggie.
That's a conversation for another day. We go. We gotta talk about that at another time and shit. To see the rest of this live and over 60 plus members only videos, become a Struggle Group member for only $2.99.